Hey guys, welcome back. This is a continuation of Odcast episode 9, which was last month's episode, and so we're going to start back up now with Alyssa's topic.
All right, so my topic is on skincare. Skincare is for everyone because everyone has skin.
Makes
I'm going
sense.
to start there. Specifically, as far as skincare is concerned, the Korean skincare craze that's been happening a lot more. You see it a lot more in stores, like sheet masks.
What does that mean?
What does what mean?
Explain.
I don't understand what anything you just said means.
So basically, they send skin from Korea.
Oh no! I'm thinking.
Just kidding.
They're not sending skin follicles from Korean women
Skin transplants.
overseas, okay? This is the care of your skin, specifically in the Korean ideal, let's put it that way, which the Western ideal as it comes to skincare is you wash your face, you maybe do a toner, you maybe moisturize, and then that's kind of it. Whereas the Eastern ideal, specifically in this case with the Korean skincare, they have even a 10-step skincare regimen.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's like super hardcore. Question:
What's a toner?
what's a toner? A toner, traditionally in the Western skincare, is kind of like an astringent. That's the one that would kind of burn your face.
It's like alcohol?
Kind of. Some of
Okay.
them, a lot of them would have alcohol.
Like
Some of them
Hazel.
are alcohol free now, but for the Eastern side of it, with the Korean toner, it's more to moisturize your face than anything, and you can do it in layers. So there's so many different types of steps that you can do, but you don't have to do every single one. There's people that'll do like 3 steps, 5 steps, some that will literally go the whole way. But what's really cool about the Korean skincare is that there's so many different price points where you can build exactly what you need for your face, for your skin, and it's basically what is going to work best for you. And they even have these like crazy cool things called pimple patches that suck out the pimple from your face. It's pretty cool.
Okay, so as a man,
Yeah, literally.
Go
Like,
ahead.
why should we care
basically-
about maintaining our skin and lighten us?
I enjoy having calluses on my hands, and I enjoy.
Okay, but is your
Different. Like,
do you have calluses on your face?
Yes. There's-
No, but I don't really care how my face looks.
But
That's why
do you
I'm
care
single.
how other people view your
Explains
face?
a lot.
Yeah.
It's to keep yourself from aging too quickly.
Yes.
And also, the number one about Korean skincare is just making sure.
Yeah, be youthful.
So is there anything we should be like doing that we're not doing?
Cleansing
bare
is the number
minimum?
one thing.
Would give
If you do not cleanse, you have all this just gunk on your face over and over. So you're going to keep breaking out.
So does taking a bar of very sharp
Definitely not.
soap and then putting that on your face and then taking a
No.
washcloth, does that do
Not
anything?
at all.
Does that count?
Does that count?
That does not count because all it does is it strips your face of your natural moisture, and it's like the cycle repeats itself over and over again.
And you don't want that.
No.
What about salt water? What does that do?
I don't know. You're going to shrivel up like a raisin. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's good for detoxing, but
So-
not daily.
So essentially, your main focus should be to cleanse, to moisturize, and to protect. You cleanse your face to get rid of all the gunk and nastiness that's out there in the world. And for a lot of people, it's like a ritual. It's like something that they do to relax. Then to moisturize so that it replenishes whatever you're taking away. And then to protect, meaning SPF is extremely important. The higher the SPF, the better.
So sunscreen.
Yes.
Basically.
yeah, I do all of the steps fine, but I always forget the sunscreen.
I've been really bad about sunscreen recently. But you should be wearing sunscreen every single day. And what I like about the Eastern sunscreens is that they're not sticky and gross. So it's not unbearable.
But what if you just stay inside?
That's also an
What I
idea.
do.
So you
Either stay inside or protect your face.
It's crazy because at my job in my building, there's an Asian woman, and when she walks outside, she will have an umbrella with her.
Oh, of
mom's
course.
like that.
Like she will not walk out without her umbrella, and it's not raining; it's just super sunny. So
Yeah.
she's just
Because essentially in America, it's kind of like you're trying to fix what's already happened, whereas in Asian countries, they're trying to prevent things. So it's cover up versus prevention.
Interesting.
Oh, and also with the Korean skincare, you can really change your products out depending on the seasons.
Yeah.
So say like right now it's a little warm, you're not going to be wanting to get like a really thick moisturizer during
No,
the day.
because you're going to feel suffocated.
Yeah, so you like sweat through it. So yeah, you always can change out your stuff, and also you have sleeping masks.
Yeah.
I find out that like it'll make me break out the day after.
And something that I think is probably universal in a lot of things is the phrase "your mileage may vary." That's very true with skincare. What may work for you is like awful for someone else, or vice versa.
What if you just don't break out anyway?
Then you are
Not
one
all of us
very
are as
fortunate
fortunate as
person.
you, Julian.
Yeah, Julian,
I will say,
your glowing complexion.
Alyssa's tried to get me to do this stuff like several times. She's literally bought me stuff and everything. I literally do not wash my face.
Nope.
I literally do nothing. But I don't have any blemish on my face like at all. So I don't know. I feel like,
but
I feel
you're
like
not as good as you could be.
That is true. That is true. But is
She
it
wants
good
you to
enough?
be the best you can be. You know how
Isn't that
The
sweet?
best. And listen, this is a huge thing for men in Korea too. Like everyone, it's not just women.
Yeah, they have like a whole lot of products just made for men, so they have like manly packaging.
And all the endorsements. Like there's even a compact cushion of makeup. What is it? The BB cushion? That's been around for a lot longer. It's just when you go into an Ulta now, you can actually purchase a sheet mask, whereas before you might have to order it online and wait months for it to get to you. So it's a lot more instant.
As a man, though, you don't want that. You want to be rugged.
Yeah, but you also want to
Wanna
be
get
like,
older.
you don't want to have acne. You don't want
Yeah.
to worry about those things.
I've actually seen a lot of videos talking about like why men should care about their skin and like how we're completely just disregarding
Negligent.
it, ruining it, and like when you're
And it shows that you
because
care,
they're like, it doesn't
essentially.
matter now because we're young. They're like, yeah, you look fine because your body's able to kind of rectify whatever you do to it.
Compensate.
Whatever
They're
you're breaking.
Like, yeah, but when they're like, once you start hitting like late 30s, 40s, 50s, they're like, that's what really sucks. You could really tell who took care of their skin and who didn't.
But you should
course.
be doing it now so that
Yes, it
That's-
should become
okay.
part of your habit.
mean-
I've been seeing a lot of stuff about it recently. Just in
So
like,
it's not too late for
I watched
me.
different.
Oh, it's never
No,
too
you
late.
still- You don't want to look like a windblown sailor when you're
Yeah.
young.
You don't want to look like you
know?
have
You don't look
leather
pruny.
for a
Yeah.
face. Nobody likes that.
Jared's like
All
thinking
right,
about
Jared.
I mean, leather for a face.
Nobody likes that.
I had a teacher, a shop teacher, whose hands were so calloused, he actually had his hand on a stovetop burner and couldn't feel it. He smelt it before
That's
he felt
horrific.
Oh.
It's like, oh, oops.
He's like,
I'm burning my
"Oops."
hand. Okay.
Like, I think
Oh,
hands are different than your face.
Of
For men,
course.
especially, like, a lot of people, if you shake your
Looks
hand
different.
and if you're a man, you have no calluses, you're like, oh, so you do indoor work.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yep.
That's
Well,
the thing.
it's not even callous, it's more just like grip strength.
Yeah. Nobody likes a limp handshake.
But face is different. Yeah. Anyway.
I used to have calloused lips because of braces. Like
Oh,
because I would
okay.
play trumpet and
Ooh.
and like they would just constantly rub it. I never used the wax, so I was just like when I was
Ooh.
not doing anything, I would just
Wrecking
rub my
the
lip
lips.
on there to make them calloused.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I did not get braces when I was in middle school because I played trumpet as well.
Mm-hmm.
Big regret, but
Oh yeah.
should have done it back then when it was on my parents' dime.
Too
Oh, well.
late.
Yeah.
The
And it was
Invisalign-
free.
The Invisaligns are actually really cool, and they have like
Yeah.
the off-brand version Smile now.
I've seen
Oh,
those.
yeah.
Yeah, I've heard mixed
They pop up on
things.
Pinterest all the time,
How does that work?
Instagram.
It's like a do-it-yourself kind of kit. They just send them to your house rather
It's
than
just clear trays.
Yeah, rather than going to
Like that's what I have as a retainer is a clear tray.
Yeah,
So it's
Invisalign
essentially
is like-
that, but over time the shape will change as your teeth get better.
Invisalign works really well.
Yeah, no, I've heard great things about it. It's just like
Definitely not
probably
a lot more
almost
inconspicuous.
twice the price as normal
That's the
traditional
thing.
braces.
But I haven't really looked
they
into
look
the.
awesome.
I haven't looked into the off-brand versions.
Yeah, I haven't
Do you
either.
have to wear it 24/7?
Essentially, you
yeah,
take them out
except
to
when
eat.
you eat. Yeah,
You take them out to eat and brush your teeth, and you just leave them in
I think except
Speaking of
water.
brushing your teeth,
twice a day.
I just recently got
A toothbrush, no.
a toothbrush.
He
actually,
did.
yes. It's
Wow, the first time?
Quip.
Exactly.
It's a new one.
Did you have an unboxing experience with that?
I did, and it was amazing. Let's talk about that. So it came in like a clear tube, and you unscrewed the bottom of it, and then here comes your toothbrush.
Swoop.
Yep, made that sound. And it was really cool. I stuck it on my glass mirror.
It's electric?
Yeah, it's battery powered.
Oh, cool.
And so you change the battery out every 3 months or as needed. And then I'm on a plan where I get a new brush head every 3 months.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's $5 a month.
That's not
And
bad.
if you refer somebody, you get a free brush head.
So, for those of you listening, please use John Luke's coupon code.
That is RJONLUKE.
And what is the brand?
Quip.
All right.
QUIP.
Cool. So, if you would like to support the podcast, this is an easy way to do it.
Thank
you
you for
will
the
get
sponsor.
a toothbrush. It should be cool.
So that is my topic.
All right. Who's up next?
I believe Daniel was next.
Doesn't Alyssa decide?
Oh, I decide next?
Yes.
She picks Daniel.
Isn't it
How about
democracy?
Melissa?
Okay, so my topic is: are you more like your mother or father?
Should we just go around the room and answer the question?
So we can.
We
should guess.
should like
guess
write it
what we
down.
think.
Do it. Yeah,
What we
that's
think.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah, we should like write down what we
I
think,
agree.
and then that's pretty funny. Let's just all go around and say mom or dad real
Eyes
quick.
in your own
Okay.
face.
What do you think
Melissa,
he is?
Mom or dad?
For Julian,
Yes.
you're like your mama, I think, personally.
I'd say 100% your mom, but I see your dad in you as well.
I think it's super close, but I'd say a little bit more your mom.
Yeah.
Same.
I see you have your mom's personality,
Yeah.
but you have your dad's stoic nature.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
mom's personality. Actually, the Myers-Briggs personality type is the same as my mom. I have the same.
Wow.
But I think like I look like my dad pretty much. So especially when he was my age. So that's pretty cool.
So we're all right. I like it.
Yeah, you're all right.
All right, Jared.
Are you asking
Jared?
me?
Wait, so
I
what
don't
do
know
we
your
think?
parents.
Yeah, we don't know your parents.
Yeah,
We're just going to
I
guess.
know you said your mom, so is that true?
I'm genuinely a mix of both.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been called my father's son, but like when I like in my day-to-day activity, I'm like my mom. But like in my mental frame of thought, I'm just like my dad.
Yeah, John Luke, you think more mom or dad?
So what do you guys think?
Dad.
Of course, dad.
I'm gonna say you like your daddy too.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty unanimous.
Yeah. Especially when he was younger, I looked just like my dad.
Yeah.
And we are very, very alike.
Very alike in
Yes.
personality, for sure. You both, like, men of few words,
Yep.
for the most part, and stubborn.
Takes one, no one.
Well, I get it from somewhere, too, I guess.
Daniel.
I gotta feel.
What?
The way you carry yourself is like your dad. Like, a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I
But
think
physically, you look like your mom, too.
it's
you're a
crazy.
mix.
It's crazy because
Yeah.
like some people come up to me and they're like, "You are just like your father. Like you look just like him, exactly like him." But I guess it's just because like our hair and the way we look and stuff like that. But then other people come to me and they're like, "No, you are your mom exactly." Like,
Yeah.
so I do have like I think a
I think you're a good
pretty
mix.
big mix of the two of them, like look wise. As far as personality, I feel like I'm also a really big mix of my parents because I feel like me and my dad. I mean, as far as like hobbies and stuff and things like that, we had a lot in common. Like I did a lot with him, but my mom too. Like we really are very similar. We're very relaxed and laid back and very similar in those kinds of ways. So I think they both had like a big influence on my like personality traits.
All right, guys, what do you think? Who am I more like? The ones that know my parents.
You're a pretty good mix.
I'm pretty in the middle there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't.
what I would say.
You don't
yeah.
lean.
As far as
Too far to either
physically,
one.
I have a lot of features from my dad and his side of the
complexion.
family, and complexion, of course. But I think I have the same, like, I'm not quick to decide on things. And I think that's more like my dad. Whereas, like, when I was little, like, they would take me to go buy a toy, like a new doll, my mom would leave him with my dad
My
because
dad
I
has a lot
could
of
not
patience.
choose. So she would just be like, yeah, you're staying with her. So I think I'm a lot like my dad in that way, but I think I look like both of them.
For sure.
Melissa.
I would say I have the same outlook on life as my father, because he is very, like, he's humble, he works hard, and those are the things that he does. And also, we're, like, very emotional people, and, like, if we see a movie and people are crying, we cry also. That's a problem that we have. And then I'm like my mom, I overthink a lot. And
Yeah.
we think that, like, you know, if we said something wrong, it'll come back. I made this person feel bad.
Overanalyzing every conversation.
Yeah, and it'll, like, so that's how I'm like my mom and my dad. Personality-wise, I don't know who I'm more like.
Very interesting.
Indeed.
I have only met your father,
Yeah.
Johnny Rockets.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. And then Toys R Us.
Oh my goodness, what are these stories?
Awesome.
It was so sad. Like, most of the store was sectioned off.
Yeah.
It was like you could buy fidget spinners for $5.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
For a fidget spinner.
Yeah. That
They
was...
they also had an excess of electric cars, like little you know
Really?
the drivey
What?
cars.
I used to
yeah.
love that when we were younger.
Yeah. Did anybody else have one? I had one.
We had a Jeep.
I had a Jeep as
Yep.
well.
Oh, the ones you could actually sit in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a tricycle. Like a ATV
You
tricycle.
ever had a
What?
Stingray?
Oh wow.
I didn't. I just drove my neighbor. I was like, hey, can I borrow them? All right.
Wait, the Corvette Stingray or just like the animal
No, no,
Stingray?
the bike.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I had like a Barbie car or something like that. I don't quite remember. It was a long
There were
time
so
ago.
many different kinds of those cars. Obviously, the more fancy looking ones were more expensive.
So my Jeep, like, you know they got like plastic wheels, so it's like not
Yeah.
very good traction.
My dad put treads on mine.
Yeah, okay, that's awesome. So, me and my cousins, like as we got older and started doing like dumber things outside and things like that, because it was originally mine and I drove it like as a little
You're drifting
kid.
it down the street.
Yeah, like when
course.
we got older, we used to have these bikes and we used to, I think we used to tie, I don't know if we tied ropes to them, but we used to push this little Jeep.
Yeah.
So, and like someone would sit in it, and we would just push them like ourselves, like running with them, and that thing could move. It was wild. But, like
Sounds
once it
like
got a
fun.
little speed behind it, but good times.
All right, who's next? Okay, so I think Daniel is going to school us.
We're gonna drop some knowledge.
Yep.
I don't know. I was, but I think I'm gonna do something else because
Go with your gut.
I'm gonna switch things up because I can do that other thing anytime. But I just thought about this and it's relevant to my life, and I actually want to touch on it while it's still relevant to my life. I guess it's a big part of your life, but I went on a diet for the last 2 months because I just wanted to experiment something different. And the body's a complex thing. It's a crazy machine that no one even knows how it works all the way.
Basically,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's super intense. So I went on this diet called the ketogenic diet. So I ate high amounts of fat for the last 2 months.
AKA a lot of bacon.
Low amounts of carbohydrates, aka like nothing, like
Lot
less than
of
20 to
cheese.
25 a day.
Yeah.
Like, I like the bacon, but I don't like the no bread.
Yeah, so it's
There's
no
ways around it.
There's no bread, there's no pasta,
Cheese
there's
is the
no
new bread.
things like
Ew.
that.
Think
Yeah.
about it.
So I did this
No.
diet for 2 months. I lost probably about 11 or 12 pounds.
Wow.
In 2 months' time. I lost about 1.5 inches on my waist. And overall, I felt pretty fantastic the entire time, which is it was a very weird diet because it was just basically eating a lot of things you were told your entire life you should never eat. Butter, bacon,
Lots.
meats. I was
Butter,
literally
bacon.
eating like cheeseburgers without the bun. One
Hot
of the best
dogs.
things was like Five Guys. I'll just go to Five Guys and just get a double cheeseburger. Fun fact, if you get the bacon cheeseburger, extra cheese and extra bacon is free. So go for it. So yeah, I didn't know that. But it's a huge community online. A lot of people do it.
On Reddit, for sure.
Say it
Yeah,
again?
Reddit.
Say the diet again.
Keto for short, KETO. If
Okay.
you just search it on the internet, you'll...
Or low carb, high fat as well.
Yeah, it's basically any and there's been variations of it, like South Beach, Atkins diet, things like that. They all vary a little bit, but and the main reason people do it, well, there's different reasons people do it, but a big part of it is it basically attacks any inflammation in the body. So if you have any disease related to inflammation, or you always just feel bloated, always feel tired, things like that. Fat is a cleaner fuel source than carbohydrates, but your body defaults to carbohydrates in like the hierarchy of orders. So
Oh, so that's where you get rid of that, so
Yeah.
that it goes to the fat.
it goes straight to the fat. So basically, what
Oh, cool. Okay.
the whole thing you're trying to do is you're trying to make your body become a fat burner rather than
Yeah.
a sugar burner, because
Oh, kinda cool.
your body defaults to carbohydrates. If they're there, it's going to use it. So you basically have to deprive your body of
Yeah.
them to a certain degree that your body starts to make something called ketones in your liver, and your body starts to live off of those ketones as an energy fuel source. And after you do this for like a month or a little bit more, your body actually regenerates your cells. Like the mitochondria of your cell literally gets an entirely new fuel source based on fat rather than carbohydrates.
Whoa.
And it's like a cleaner, newer fuel source that's just overall
It's like
better for
electric
you.
instead of gas.
Yeah, literally. So like your body goes on this thing, and people say that you get mental clarity and increased energy levels, all these
You
different
reach a
things.
new level of
So
elevation.
I know a lot of people doing it. Everyone's gotten really good results. I know people practically have diabetes medicines that are doing it.
This has been around a really long time, actually, starting back to like the 1920s.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's kind of like a huge fat diet right now. Like you hear it everywhere, like keto, low fat, like
Yeah.
low carb. Like it's everywhere because it's one of these things that is. Inflammation in the body is linked to like a ton of different things. Like you could have pressure in your eyes, you could have pressure. Like it's linked to so many parts of your
So what
body.
benefits have you experienced from this, other than the weight loss and
The
stuff?
weight loss and all that. Personally, for me, I didn't necessarily feel any different than I did on carbs. I have a colleague at work that she had like a major problems with eating carbs and things like that, and now that she's switched to this, she's notices like a huge difference in just the way that her body processes foods and things like that. She doesn't get as many.
You truly don't feel as
stomach
bloated.
aches or anything. Yeah, you don't get the bloating and things like that. For me personally, though, that never really was an issue for me. I ate my fair share of carbs. Trust me, I love rice, I love bread, I love pasta. So those things were very easy for me to eat. But I'd say that if anything I've taken away from this diet is that I don't need to eat those things. Because I was like, how am I going to survive without eating bread?
Yeah,
Like I ate a sandwich
exactly.
every day of my life, like
Yeah.
3 times a day. Like I didn't know what I was going to do or what I was going to eat. But it really opened my eyes and showed me that I don't need to be dependent and reliant on those things.
And you can get creative too.
And yeah, and it definitely, I never cooked in my life. I have a kitchen. If you open my fridge, you will laugh at me because it's just like water. There's just nothing in there.
That was up until you started the diet.
Yeah, so now it's...
Now he's a master chef.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Now I'm over there like grilling and cooking.
You grill?
No, I don't grill.
Nope.
But I'm on the pan. And I do my stuff. So it's actually opened up like that part of my life and made me enjoy doing those kinds of things. So it was a decent experiment. So last Monday this week I just switched back to carbs. And going back, I was maybe eating less than 20 a day, between 20 and 30 a day, probably, maybe even less. And now I'm eating about 200 a day. So I went on a giant increase. And I feel fantastic. But I will say, like, I noticed working out and playing sports and things like that, I did notice a decrease in my energy levels. It also might have been I wasn't eating enough when I was on the diet. I think that might have been a huge part of it. You really need to make sure you get a solid amount of fats in because that is your main fuel source. But it was very interesting. It was very cool to see how the body works.
Yeah.
And I will say any diet you do can work and can be successful. And they say the best diet is a diet you stick to.
Yeah.
But it was a very eye-opening experience for me. I took a lot away from it, so I completely forgot about it, and we were talking about something else, and it came up in my mind, and I thought that was a little bit more relevant for my recent life and the last time I podcasted. So
Neat. Nice.
yeah. Any questions or any comments? Whatever, I'll answer them.
I like
Or
my
no.
rice.
So do I. Trust me.
I love that too.
I eat like nothing but just plain white rice, and now even doing that. There were a lot of low carb options you could still have. So
Like
I
cauliflower.
I did like a lot of lavish bread, or I did a lot of almond flour. I made
Seriously?
pancakes. We made pizza. I made pretty much a lot of things that you think you.
We
wouldn't
made a
be
lot
able
of
to eat.
keto-fied versions of things.
And there's a huge community, so it's very easy to do.
Did you try it too, Alyssa?
She's still on it. Yeah.
I'm kind of still on it.
She's still on it. Yeah.
I still have my cheat days though.
Yeah, she cheated. I was pretty much hardcore. I didn't.
I have my fall off Fridays.
She has fall off weekends, but I
Or
stayed
weekends.
pretty hardcore on it. I didn't cheat at all. I'm very disciplined when I do something like that. If I'm going to put that much effort into something,
Yeah.
I'm not messing it up. Like
Yeah, no,
this
he's
is
really
it.
good about that.
I'm in there. So, but yeah, I think another huge thing was my taste buds changed, and I noticed they did.
Oh, really?
I used to eat these bars prior to starting the diet. I did the diet maybe for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then I realized these bars were actually very low in carbs because you count net carbs. So that's basically total carbs minus dietary fiber
And any
minus
sugar
alcohol. So you basically, so you really cut down on certain products you can really get low. So these bars, I realized, I was like, oh, I can still eat these. They're only like 4 carbs. I have like 20 a day. It's really not much. So I ate this bar after like weeks of not having it, and it actually tasted different to me. Like I was able to notice a huge difference. Sugar-free syrups and things like that, they tasted like normal syrup to me after a little bit. Coke Zero, I would never be caught dead drinking a Coke
Right.
Zero. Like that was not Coke. And now I actually don't mind it. Like I kind of crave it. So just little things like that, and I think that I could take it with me and still apply it into my life, and just to make sure cut back of things you don't need. Like really, who needs sugar? Really don't need it. Like, but it's good to have. I still will eat it, but
Natural sugars and healthy sugars, you know.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't terribly hard to stick to even eating out because you got some protein and you have some veggies, throw some bacon in there and some cheese, and you're pretty good.
But I found eating out got extremely boring because you were eating
Yeah,
the same,
things.
variations of it.
I got
so
tired of burgers for
eating
sure.
At home was a lot better. So
Yeah, I was able to try a couple different things.
Yeah.
Of the maybe 4 or 5, I did like
I made a
2 or 3.
lasagna.
lasagna is really good.
Now I'm sure you're thinking,
How
did you make a lasagna without the pasta?
What, eggplant?
Check it out.
I'm going to tell you, it was not eggplant.
Okay.
You had a base of cheeses, mozzarella, Parmesan. Is it cream cheese?
It's just
no.
cheese.
Eggs. Bear with me. You mix it all up, you throw it into a pan, and you bake it for like 20 minutes. You let that chill. Essentially, you cut it into noodles, quotations, and you stack it up,
Cheese
and
noodles.
it looked like legitimate lasagna.
That looks exactly like lasagna.
It tasted
And it
just like
tasted
lasagna.
really good.
It was amazing.
I even made pizza.
Pizzas was good.
Yeah, there was a lot of really good things, and you can pretty much eat. It was like I said, it was just so different because you grew up eating like no fat, low fat, everything. So it was really weird for me to eat things that had a lot of fat. So I was eating a lot of breakfast meats, so bacon and sausage especially super high in fat. So like, I was having like eggs, bacon, and sausage all the time. So I was getting pretty good with my over easies and stuff like over mediums.
Oh, nice.
I was trying to get good.
Best.
A lot of cheese. A lot of cheese.
Oh yeah, like a lot of the recipes, the base of it was shredded mozzarella cheese and cream cheese.
One of my favorite things that Alyssa did, she just baked cheese, and they were in the shape of Cheez-Its, and they were literally Cheez-Its.
Yeah,
It was
Put them in
amazing.
the oven.
like
yeah.
you literally
Salt them up
you take a slice of cheese, you cut it into fourths, you put it on a parchment lined baking pan, and you bake it. I think it was like at 250 for like 40 minutes. And it even gets kind of crunchy. Oh my gosh!
And
it tastes just
comes
like
out like a little. No, you do.
you do a bunch. You fill up the whole tray.
You just cut one slice.
You just
in the
keep
pour.
cutting the slices.
Does it like shrink and
they're
become
small.
a Cheez-It? Does it have a little hole in the
a pretty
middle?
good size.
You can put a hole in it if you really want to.
Yeah.
You can if you want.
Yeah.
And basically, you can do that with like any cheese.
She did pepper jack. And
I did
pepper
pepper
jack.
jack. I did cheddar.
That sounds
really
good.
It was actually
It was really good. I ate it with guacamole.
I think my problem
I
is
do
I
not
would
like
take a piece of
guacamole.
provolone trying to cut that into a square.
It could be like a little, like a Dorito almost.
Yeah, it was
It's a triangle.
It was definitely
Chew out of the
interesting.
provolone.
experience. But yeah, I tried a lot of new things I wouldn't have tried and had a good time. So I would recommend it if you ever just want to experiment and see how your body reacts to no carbs. Some people have very good experiences with it. I'm not, like I said, I didn't want to stay on it. It was never my goal to stay on it.
No.
I didn't do it for dietary. I didn't do it for like illness-related reasons. I just wanted to try it. I had always heard about it. My sister was doing it, got good results. She's still on it now, but I didn't really need to lose weight or lose fat to the point that I got, so it was cool, but it was good. I liked it. Best diet is a diet you stick to. That's what anyone says. It's like the best workout routine is a workout routine you
And that's
stick
the
to.
thing.
That's the thing. It's just consistency is the key. And right now I just calculated my macros, and I'm just very. It's crazy because I'm like 50% of my daily intake in calories is now carbohydrates. So that was a complete U-turn from what I was doing. But it does give you like the quicker burst. I now eat a lot more whole grains than I was doing.
That's good, yeah.
Because simple
Healthier oats.
simple
Healthier, yeah.
carbs just gives you that quick burst, but it's
Crash.
spikes and you crash. Whole wheats and whole grains they go up slowly. They release energy over time. So
Well, they talk about like carbing up before a race or carbing up before an event and stuff
sure.
like that.
So like now before I'm gonna go play sports, I make sure I eat carbs and stuff like right then and there. So I've learned a lot of things as I've done it. It was crazy. Like I play soccer every Monday, and being on the keto, I would notice like I was getting tired quickly. Like half the game, I was hunched over on my knees. And like this past week, the first day eating carbs back again, I felt fantastic. Wednesday, played basketball,
Yeah.
felt amazing. I was running the whole time, felt super strong, super fast. So it's pretty wild to see your body go through such extreme changes just by what you put in it. Which is, I think, one of the bigger things I took away is
You are what you eat.
You just need to take care of yourself
Yeah.
because your body's a complex machine.
I gotta stop eating mountain melts.
Yeah,
Those are
Oh
good.
man, I haven't had one of those.
I can
so
eat a whole
long.
thing. I eat a whole thing.
Okay, but what
you know
flavor
what that
though?
is?
I don't know.
Sweet Thai chili.
Ooh,
Not
that's
safe.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Okay, so have you ever been to Ale House?
I don't think so.
we're going.
Okay, we're
Field
gonna
trip.
just
Right
we're gonna
now.
break it
The
down
Odcast
for you.
goes on right now. Let's
Right
go. Get in
now.
the car.
Field trip.
We're gonna
So-
break it down for you, Julian.
First of all,
Explain me this.
always go to
Yeah.
Ale House.
First of all,
First things first. Always go to Ale House. I've eaten there so much and I've never been disappointed.
Same.
Okay. Mountain Melt. Comes out on a pizza tray.
Yep.
Zingers, which are basically like chicken strips.
Chicken tenders,
Chicken tenders.
breaded, of course.
Breaded with the sauce on there. Sweet
Of
Thai
your
chili.
choice.
Your
Yeah,
choice.
sweet Thai chili is
I like
the best.
Mount St. Helen.
Okay.
'cause
I like
it's super
barbecue.
spicy.
But
Yeah,
There's
it
like
just
all
depends.
the typical wing flavors
But-
of sauce that
yeah.
you can do.
So it's a base of French fries. You got your zingers on top of the French fries. You got 2 or 3 types of cheeses. You got bacon, and you got scallions.
And they bake it.
Oh.
And then they bake it.
Yes.
together.
That sounds good.
So it's all melty
With a side
and,
of ranch.
delicious.
So
Blue
you
cheese.
just-
Blue
so
cheese.
essentially,
Tacos.
what comes
I do
out
not
to
like
you
blue cheese at all.
Blue
is
cheese.
just French fries covered in cheese and bacon
And chicken.
with
A
chicken
fry
tenders.
mountain.
Do you eat
That
it
is
like
melty.
nachos? Or do Do you eat it like nachos or what?
No,
You
that
do
is
not need nachos.
that is the whole thing, and
It's-
they give you either ranch or blue cheese.
Is that a
Blue
meal for
cheese.
you, or is it an appetizer to share?
Oh, that is a
No,
meal.
that's a
That's a
meal.
meal.
That's a meal for two people.
It's a meal for
it
two.
should be two people.
We share it. We and Alyssa share it.
But I eat it by myself.
I can't eat it by myself.
I will
it's
take it.
delicious.
It's very.
Oh, it's so good.
Have you ever had that, Melissa?
Get some scallions.
Oh, we need to go
We have to go to
We need to go to there.
adventure.
Tomorrow.
do it.
Well, we can actually
Enjoy a melt.
We can broadcast live.
Our first live podcast.
Field trip.
Yes, that's my topic.
Good stuff.
So I think Jared.
Jared.
Got Jared.
Yeah.
I have one. It's complicated.
Okay.
It's going to
Uh-oh.
require.
Simplify it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so here's how this works. This is a game called 7 Questions. What we each have done is there are 7 questions that I have written out. We all, on a piece of paper, write an answer and then pass the paper, and it makes a little story based on the questions. So, I'll read out the questions, and John Luke will read out the answers. Now, it starts with his first answer, and then everyone who he passed to. So the first question is, who are you?
I'm the captain of the Starship Enterprise.
Okay.
All right.
Who wrote that?
Where are you going?
Underwater.
Underwater. What will you do?
Make a grilled cheese.
Who do you meet?
Faces daily who change each other's lives with each other encounter know as unimportant.
What?
What?
Wait, say that again.
Say it again.
Faces daily who change each other's lives with each encounter. No one is unimportant.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That was both.
I'm a little
Can you explain your
confused.
meaning?
Okay.
Poetry. Cool.
What did they say?
What did the faces say?
Why did you watch iCarly for 16 hours straight?
What did you say in return?
Beat me up.
What was the end result?
Good story.
The moon explodes, then goes right back to normal.
Well,
Wow.
And that's how this game works.
Pulitzer Prize.
That was amazing.
All right, Danny, you want to go next?
Yeah.
All right.
let's do this.
That was beautiful.
All right. Number 1. Who are you?
I am Staccato Mamba.
Yes. And Jared is broken again.
Where are you going?
It says I'm living in captivity, whatever that is.
I thought it was where are you? Is that not your
Oh.
It
question?
was where.
Okay, that was you then.
Yeah.
So, Staccato Mamba is living in captivity.
Okay.
Okay. What will you do?
I will live my life to the fullest.
In captivity.
Find myself and be happy of my choices.
All right.
I like it.
That is really fitting.
I like it.
All right.
Amazing.
I like it.
Who do you meet?
The guy who invented waffles.
Oh yeah.
I like that guy.
What is the end result?
We make a pizza and enjoy life.
I like it.
The guy who invented waffles made
Made
a pizza? Bro.
It was a waffle
Waffle
pizza.
Whoa.
Pizza
Like
waffle.
a flat pizza, and you put cheese. And
waffle.
it's got the sauce traps, like the syrup traps, but it's sauce.
What? Copyrighted.
Okay.
Podcast
Boom.
2018.
Boom.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Who are you?
Just a girl.
Where are you going?
Earth. Year 2018.
What will you do?
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Who do you meet?
Charlie the Unicorn, of course.
Okay.
Doesn't say, of course.
What do they say?
We meet again.
What do you say in return?
Wait.
Hold on. I just gotta catch a breath.
I can't wait.
Composure.
What do they say in return?
I'll read it.
I'm gonna do it.
Yes, to do it.
Blue skidoo. We can't do.
Skidoo. We can't do.
What is the end?
Poetry.
What is the end? What is the end result?
Go to Disneyland. Don't go to Disneyland.
Nice.
Solid.
Solid. Are you ready?
Again.
Number 1. Who are you?
A being in a body.
Where are you?
Whoa.
Where are you going?
Mars.
What will you do?
Conquer the world.
On from Mars?
That's
yeah.
easy.
Whoops.
Or is
I
it?
would never expect it.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Who do you meet?
The president of the earth.
On Mars.
Yes.
This is in the future, I think.
What do they say?
Sup, fam.
Sup, man?
I don't know what that means.
Who wrote that?
All right, who are you?
Elon Musk.
I knew it. All right. Where are you going?
Julian's garage.
What will you do?
Sweet. Drink copious amounts of coffee.
All right.
I wonder who wrote that.
No idea.
Who do you meet?
Barney.
What do they say?
Who ate my candy bar?
What do you say in return?
I have failed, but learned through my feelings to be a better person.
Yes.
I'm in a bad place right
Again?
What is the end result?
Everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
Everyone.
All right. Would you like to read the questions, please?
Please. Oh, goodness. Who are you?
I am Julian.
Where are you going?
Gallifrey.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I would go there.
Yes.
What will you meet? What will you do? Sorry.
Eat a snow cone.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'd do that. Who do you meet?
Charlie the Unicorn.
Again, he's everywhere.
He gets around.
man. What do you say wait, what do they say?
Words of wisdom and experiences that make life worth living.
This is so good.
This is very appealing.
What do you say in return?
All 4 of them.
All 4. Okay.
Okay, what is the end result?
Rick Astley makes a comeback.
Oh
Rick
my
Astley.
goodness.
Okay, what was the best one? Because I feel like it was the second one. But what was the second one? It was so good.
That was
Mine.
yours.
Can you repeat it? 'Cause
Read
I
it
forget.
again.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to ask the questions again?
Who are you?
Staccato Mamba.
Where are you going?
I'm going to a life of captivity.
What will you do?
I will live my life to the fullest, find myself and be happy of my choices.
Who do you meet?
The guy who invented waffles.
What is the end result?
We make a pizza and enjoy life.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty solid.
We should frame it.
That's a really fun end of party
But when the
game.
president
This is
said,
awesome.
Sup, man?
Yeah. The president
When
of
you're on Mars, the president of Earth.
That's the best.
Oh man.
That's a really
Luke's
fun. You
could
can't
do.
play that game at the beginning of a party. It has to be at the end when
Everything
everyone's-
is way funnier.
and when everyone has already had a chance to kind of interact,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're on. We said Charlie the Unicorn twice. We were all
Yeah.
on the same page.
Yeah.
No, I was on 7 different pages, actually. We were on the same 7 pages, though.
Yep. What goes up must come down. Todo lo que sube tiene que.
Bajar.
What she said.
¿Qué?
¿Por qué?
Take it
Mi
away,
nombre
John.
es Julián. ¿Tu nombre es?
Juan Ludacris.
Hola, me llamo Jared. ¿Cómo?
I'm sorry, I tried the Spanish.
我会说中文.
What
What is that?
It's Chinese.
What do you mean?
I speak Chinese.
So you said I speak Chinese.
Here.
In Chinese.
Hi, Xian. That's seafood. In Chinese.
She's like, no, it's
I
not.
don't know how to say seafood.
Hi, Xian.
Fish is yu.
You.
I got that.
Okay.
There's someone at work that I deal with in China. First name Fish, last name You.
Why?
And we're like, wait, isn't you fish in Chinese? I'm like, Pretty interesting.
Oh.
There's
His
someone
family-
at my
his
job
family
named
were fishing.
Fish.
Someone's named Celery.
Oh no.
Someone's named Orange Sun. They have some really funny names because obviously they don't use their real Chinese names. They just
Yeah,
pick
that's
American
weird.
words. They're supposed to pick American names, but they just pick words and use it as their name. So it's pretty funny. Celery Jing.
What?
Like what?
I mean, they essentially get to pick their new identity.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
What would you pick if you got to choose an English name and you had a Chinese name before that?
Dark and Stormy. You know that story, right?
No.
The Dark and Stormy story?
Oh, no.
My uncle challenged me to get my name in the yearbook, Dark and Stormy.
Oh, yeah?
And he challenged me $50 that I couldn't do it, and I got it.
You got it?
Mm-hmm.
And you got the money?
Yeah, and I got a bunch of people to sign it to Dark and Stormy in the back as well.
I like it.
That's
Wait,
awesome.
where did they put that? Like,
In my signature. The senior signature.
Okay. Anybody else?
Mm,
I like the name Rose. a
That's
good
cool.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
That's very pretty.
Oh, Rose Tyler.
Rose Tyler.
name. That one.
Yep. Okay, now that we're talking about Doctor Who,
Let's go down
favorite
that route.
companion.
Ooh,
Oh.
Amy.
Amy's really good. I like Rose. I think he loved her the most. Out
Yeah.
of them all.
Oh yeah.
That was
Definitely.
really sad.
But in the end, they still.
They were together, but not him. It was
Mhm.
his
Mhm.
copy, kind of.
But it
Yeah.
was still him.
But
Not
was
really.
it
It
though?
wasn't.
No.
And he could die. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like the whole thing is that he's so different than regular humans. He has such a big past, and then you meet this person, you're like, wow, like. But it feels like the companions are so temporary. It's really sad,
Yeah.
and he always ends up alone.
Yep.
That's very lonely.
Yeah.
Clara was pretty cool when she was with Matt Smith, right?
Mhm.
Matt Smith and then Christopher Eccles? No.
Yeah.
No, Peter Capaldi.
Peter Capaldi. Yeah.
Brother.
Yeah.
I liked Peter Capaldi. A lot of people didn't.
Mhm.
I'm currently watching. I just finished season 9.
Season 9, I really like Peter
I'm going
Capaldi,
to
but
10.
season 8, I didn't because I don't feel like he fit yet. But that's just my.
Was that his first appearance?
Yeah.
In his first appearance, he reminded me a lot of the first Doctor, the original first Doctor.
My first experience was with Matt Smith,
Mm-hmm.
and then I never seen any of the older ones.
Yeah. I've only watched most of all except the recent season, all the current
I watched
reboot.
9th onward.
Ninth
not
Doctor.
done- Yeah, 9th Doctor.
Okay, yeah.
I haven't seen everything yet,
Mhm.
so I'm watching it now.
Yeah.
I was watching it a lot, and then I stopped watching it, and now I'm back to watching it, and I'm catching up.
I stopped when they took it off of Netflix, and that was after
Oh, I was so sad.
Peter
Yeah.
Capaldi. Not Peter. Yeah, Peter Capaldi.
If they take Star Trek off, I'm gonna cry. I'm like, I can't
Well,
do
Have
it.
you already seen all of it?
What? Doctor
A
Who?
Star Trek?
Oh, no.
How close are you?
I am almost done with the TOS, and then I
Nice.
have to say goodbye to TOS.
Or do you?
But you get to see the movies.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
I saw that movie in
I
theaters.
didn't like Khan.
You
I
did-
didn't like him at all.
In Wrath of Khan, the movie?
I didn't watch the movie yet.
Oh,
the
in the-
original, like
In the
he was
original
crazy.
episode.
Like he was so controlling.
Mhm.
People like that. It's not.
I know. Wasn't Khan Benedict Cumberbatch in the?
Yes.
I didn't like him. That I liked because he's
Eh.
Benedict Cumberbatch, but not the character. So
Well,
You like the actor, not the
Yeah.
character. and the
I
way
liked
he
that one a
portrayed him.
lot. I like Into Darkness. With the new cast.
Okay.
With Chris Pine
Okay,
and
okay,
Zachary
I
Quinto.
got you. Yeah.
Pinto bean.
Quinto Beans.
I only see them through memes.
Mm.
That's all.
cool. Anybody have a favorite Doctor?
What was that?
Favorite Doctor?
I love 10.
11.
10 and 11? They're the
Yeah.
same one.
No.
Oh, they are all the same, but
Oh,
Different.
yeah,
They're
they are
different.
Their
Different
personalities
face.
are totally different.
yeah, it is.
I thought it was kind of sad when it went from Matt Smith to Peter.
Peter
yeah?
Capaldi?
When Clara didn't recognize him.
Wasn't he
he's
like, I'm an old man? Wasn't he like
he's
happy?
I'm old. What is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? I'm an old Scotsman.
Yeah.
Like the accent, that's new.
I've introduced Dude a couple centuries before it came out. Dudes! That made me laugh so much.
Yes.
Look for tiny discrepancies.
I love.
Do you know what I'm talking about? When
I
he was-
don't.
He was in the Middle Ages. And
Oh,
he
yeah.
rode the look for tiny discrepancies, and he rode the tank and playing an electric guitar.
Yeah.
It's like, I've introduced the word dude a couple centuries before I was conceived. Dudes, dude.
I remember that now. That was great.
I just like him because he's like a cool grandpa. Like that's why I like that doctor. He's cool. Yeah.
I love the 10 to 11. I loved how he spent time with Amy when she was young first, like the whole fish fingers and custard thing. That was really
That
cool.
was cute.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, for me it's 11, but 10 is like right there.
A lot of people love 10, but I didn't. I
I'll
liked him.
say-
I think like because girls like because he's really sassy. He's so sassy. It's cool. Oh, it's so sassy. Yeah. That's why.
That's funny.
Just his personality is really cool. That's primarily why.
You guys never watched Doctor Who?
I've never seen
You
it.
should watch
Okay.
it
It makes no sense, science fiction
until the end of the episode.
Nope.
Like, ah,
Even
okay.
still, it makes science
It doesn't make any
fiction-wise-
sense.
What
Like-
was the appeal for you?
Okay. The appeal for me was like
the science fiction.
people I knew were watching it, and so I started watching it. And by the time I had watched it, I really loved it because I knew all of the background and the story already. So by that point, that's when I loved
You
the
were
whole
already
series.
hooked.
It's
Yeah.
silly. It's silly science fiction.
Yeah.
it's fun. It's fun to watch because of how
And it's
silly
British.
it is.
Because
And
it makes
it's
no
British.
sense.
Yeah, like I like Star Trek because it makes sense. It's science fiction that they can kind of explain with actual science and science that's made up. This makes no sense whatsoever.
Yep.
It's just off the wall.
It's off the wall. It's kooky. It's funny.
Yeah, and there's no regard for convention or anything. Like, they just, they'll totally change the script.
He can literally go through all of space and all of time.
Yeah.
And sometimes other dimensions if he tries hard enough.
Yep.
Like that was
Yeah,
his
basically.
that was his one rule, and it's like, oh yeah, if I try hard enough, I can do it.
Yeah, he has his own rules until he breaks them.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
It's
like,
pretty
all
accurate.
right, just this time.
They call Madman with a box. So there you go.
The same thing with Julian. My friends and I got into it as well, and just this whole sci-fi thing. You feel like you're escaping your life a little bit because it does get a little boring, and then you feel like you got a whole nother world that you're in.
Whole nother adventure.
Yeah, so that's why I like sci-fi.
I think that kind of escapism happens in whatever show you get absorbed in.
Yep. And then it
a
ends.
whole
You're like,
nother
what do I
world.
do now?
I know.
What do I do with my life?
Next
That's
episode.
awful.
Let's start it all
Binge
over.
watching
Watch it
is a
again.
wonderful thing.
And it's also there's some really scary episodes.
Yeah, they're like, what are they doing?
It's really
I watch
creepy.
everyone, but
yeah,
I watched.
I've skipped a couple.
Yeah.
There's some that are a little
Some are very questionable.
yeah, some are a little, but some of them are pretty cool.
Okay,
Yep,
but
yep.
What is Alyssa and Daniel? What do you guys?
Yeah,
think?
what do you guys
If you're
watch?
not into Star Trek and
Well,
Daniel's like, I don't
recently
watch
I was
movies.
really into This Is Us. I don't know if you guys have heard of that one. It's more like based on like just real life crazy things that happen to families, essentially. And it's supposed to be coming back. I think it already started up again. And then I know my parents, they started watching, well, they've been watching The Good Doctor. I saw some of that before.
I
and
liked
it
some of
was
that when I
pretty
watched
good.
it. Yeah,
But you did.
Sports, pretty much.
sports.
Soccer, basketball.
Oh, you don't like football?
No.
Oh.
I don't dislike it. I just didn't grow up watching it, and I really don't know a lot of people that keep up with it. Like
Okay.
a lot. There's so many people on a team. Like I just
11.
I know, like
There's 11 people.
no in football.
Yeah.
You got.
Well, you
two
got offense
complete-
and
Yeah,
defense.
that's what I'm saying. You
but-
got like two complete teams and like 50 coaches. It's very different than what I'm used to. And like basketball, the whole entire roster is like 14, and soccer, your whole roster is maybe like 20. So like you know every single person on that field, like you know everything about them. But like in football, I can't keep track of who's who and who's what, and like you don't even matter. You're just there. But the quarterback's the main one. Like everyone else, you're just there to do his bidding. Like I don't get it. But it's cool. I like to watch it. I watch it if I'm with people, but I don't have any affinity to anyone.
So is everyone here like into sports or like? No?
I'm not.
I
Not
don't.
really.
Totally.
I don't know.
Neither am
Yeah.
I.
Yeah,
I mean, I
think
could watch
probably the only
soccer
one.
sometimes.
I like football. I like baseball.
Those are like the two I do not watch. Or
Yes.
hockey. I don't really watch. I can't see the puck. I
I
can't keep up
kind
with
of
the,
watch hockey.
I can't keep up with the puck. I've never played, but my cousin, he's gone and played with some friends.
It's really fast paced.
Yeah, he's
I
like,
do not do
he
well
could
with
barely
that.
skate, but he said it's so fun because you're wearing so much padding and everything that when you fall, he says you just go sliding.
Bounce? That's
yeah,
funny.
flying.
Live sporting events of any capacity are fun.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's just the atmosphere, and just watching the teams and stuff.
Kind of like concerts, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody's having a good time.
Exactly.
Yep.
Very competitive.
The only sport I've gone to is watching like race car or like
NASCAR?
drag racing.
Oh, drag racing.
Yeah, I only went once, and
Oh,
it was
cool.
like the loudest thing in the world. It was
Yeah,
so
they're
loud.
loud. Yeah.
You just go there for like just seeing the smoke and the sound.
This is awesome.
Yeah, you see some
pretty
crazy
much it.
things.
Put a Tesla in there and it'll beat everything.
Man,
Oh goodness, yes.
It'll be like. Yeah, they won.
Oh, I didn't
It
hear
bothers me so much.
it happened.
Technology.
Technology. But you still wouldn't take it though. You wouldn't take the Tesla.
Oh no! If someone had it, just
I
like
would.
here's a key to one, and here's the key to the other,
I take the Tesla. It gets software updates.
I can get a hardware update.
Hardware
If you buy
update.
it.
Again, all I would need is bigger tires in the back and a burnout, and it would be the Tesla.
Not if after a software update.
That's not how that works.
It is. They increased it by like what, a second, 0 to 60, just with a software update. It's pretty
Really?
crazy. Yeah.
Interesting.
And it's electric, yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's electric.
My dad.
Did it,
Woogie,
did it,
woogie,
did
woogie.
it.
My dad says with electric vehicles,
Dun, dun,
the power is right there.
Yeah.
When you hit the
Exactly.
pedal, you whoosh.
Mhm.
So I can see how that would be better than a regular gas-powered engine.
The, yeah.
I mean, but the feeling is different. No.
It's got quite a few advantages though when you think about it, because
It does.
like it also, if it's like hybrids do it too, but like electric absorb the energy that you would have spent braking. Like
That's
if you
true.
brake, then it it
It
lasts
refills
so,
the
yeah.
batteries.
And it just goes.
Well, when you shift, yeah.
Yeah.
unless you downshift properly in a particular race. Downshift, it increases the speed because you're going back to a smaller gear, so the RPMs are higher.
Oh, cool.
But then you
Totally
could,
kills the engine, but it's fine.
again, it's a race.
Yeah, exactly.
This changed to like really advanced man talk just so quick. I was just like, okay.
Sorry.
Alrighty.
We're at 2 hours.
2 hour, 1 hour, 21 minutes. Is that 2 hours?
120 minutes?
Yeah.
That is 2 hours.
2 hours.
Cool.
60 plus 60 is 120.
Sweet.
Math.
Yeah, no, I
Because
stopped doing
math.
math after I graduated.
Me too.
Yeah, you don't use
Yeah.
math at all.
Cool.
You must know time, money. Okay, there are some maths you have to know.
Calculator,
That's
bro.
what the calculator's for.
Dude,
Just percentages are an issue sometimes.
Am I
I have a
crazy?
percentage
Or-
calendar.
I like math.
Only
so-
math I say you will ever use if you look at a clock, you need to know how to tell what time it is.
I like digital.
If there are no digital
I don't even know how
clocks,
to do that.
and all you have is analog,
Yeah.
which you can
Time,
Just
do.
ask somebody
money.
next to you who knows how to read
Time,
it.
money, dive math. That's what I need in my life.
Some people just do art and. That's,
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
And artists don't get paid, so you don't gotta worry about that.
Don't need money if you're homeless.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, that's when you need it the most.
But you're an artist, so
Can't
it's
lose your
okay.
job if you don't have one.
Hey,
Alrighty, so great podcast, everybody.
It was fun.
all right.
Hey.